Okay, then. It's a live. Your season is over video. Let's go. Have a good morning, too. Yeah. Good morning, it's Uncle Lou here. Yep, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou, live on LouTube for you. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it also in addition to that as well. On a time crunch today because, of course, the playoff selection show comes on at noon. So I didn't have time for a whole lot of commentary on that video, but I figured I would put something up for you. So there you go. It is what it is. What are you going to do? I'll be honest. I'm not convinced Ohio State will be 4 and TCU 3. It might be the other way around, but that's how I would have it. I would have Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, Ohio State 4. And I want to play Ohio State, so part of it is I just want to play Ohio State. That's why I put them at 4, but I do think Ohio State will be at 4 and TCU at 3. Bama's just not getting in. They don't have any good wins. When the best thing you can brag about is your losses, you don't really have anything. So Bama's just not getting in. They don't have any data point at all that would put them ahead of Ohio State. Not a single one. So, I mean, they've got twice as many losses as Ohio State. Ohio State's got multiple wins better than any win Bama has. What is Bama's best win? 8-4 Ole Miss, Texas. I mean, so Bama's going to be on the outside looking in. Sugar Bowl against Kansas State. Kansas State will beat the bejesus out of them. The Alabama fans will run around all offseason saying they didn't care about the Sugar Bowl and Bama wasn't trying and all this kind of thing. That's just what will happen. It was hilarious to see Nick Saban looking like a homeless person shaking a can on the corner of a downtown street last night at halftime of the Big Ten game, begging for a playoff spot. It was hilarious. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So there you go. That's what I think. We'll find out in a few minutes. What time is it? 11:53. Playoff selection show comes on at noon. We'll watch the selection show together, react to it, figure out, 5 through 10 or whatever. But Georgia 1, Michigan 2. That's obvious. Maybe you can argue about 3 and 4, but I think it's between two teams, TCU and Ohio State. So I've got TCU at 3, Ohio State at 4. I just don't know if it's fair to jump Ohio State over TCU. I know TCU lost, so they have one loss. Well, so does Ohio State. TCU's loss was much closer. And TCU's loss came in a game that Ohio State didn't even have the privilege of playing in, a conference championship game. So it would seem wrong to me to punish TCU by putting them behind Ohio State. It's also kind of weird to think about Southern Cal. Now, I know they had the one loss in the regular season. So the conference championship game was their second loss. But basically what happened is if Southern Cal wouldn't have played in their conference championship game, they would have been in the playoffs. Southern Cal should have just forfeited the Pac-12 title game. They should have said their team has the flu or the COVID and they can't play, or they just shouldn't have said anything at all. They just should have said, we're not playing. We forfeit. Utah can have the Pac-12 title. We're not playing. And then Southern Cal would still be in. It's kind of weird how that works. It won't be that much of a problem once they expand to 12 teams, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Appreciate everybody tuning in. Let's see. What can we put on for you guys to look at? Here we go. Yeah, here you go. See? Right here. Losers, winners. Winners, losers. See how that works? Winners, losers. There you go. It took me a long time to do that, by the way. Take all those helmets down. I had to put it on 400 speed just to get it to fit in the video. Let's see who all's here today. Let's take roll. See who's here. Kirby's Visor, Eric Johnson, Quackhead, Tyler, Jarvis, Ferris, Bulldog, JR, the Georgia Dog, Jason Online, the Sports Expert, Jonah Doyle, Savage Dog, Antoine Johnson, Bonner Kirkpatrick. Man. Georgia over everything. Senile Joe, Crazy Weather Dude. K-Starg, Mr. Big Ken 70, Drew McFly, Rich, Desert Dog, The Nate, The Groot. That's one too many these in there. Travis Thompson, Bosif Round, Jeffrey Rouge, Xavi. I know I said that wrong, but you had to know I would say it wrong when you made that up as your name. UJ Fan 17161, Malcolm Fuller, Cody, Joe D, Agent Z, Mr. DeWeedy, Moneyman, Red and Black Dog. Oh, if Just Joe is in here. You in here, Just Joe? Congratulations, Just Joe. Just Joe was yesterday's Saturday morning live show winner, and he picked the game right. He took the good guys minus 17.5, Georgia, and Georgia covered, won by 20. So shout out to Just Joe. Gotta send Just Joe some money. Let's send Just Joe some money. Let's do that. Well, I'll do it after the show. I won't bore y'all with that now. Shout out to, let's see, who else is in here? Peanut, I saw you in here earlier. Why are you hiding now? Send me my money, Peanut. You owe me money. Send it to me. What else? Bama Mike and Cody. Bama Mike and Cody are Bama fans. And they bet Uncle Lou yesterday that Bama would be in the top 4 today. So we'll see. I'm either going to owe them money or they owed me money. One of the two. They've already sent their money, though. And if they win, I'll just send them their money back plus what I owe them. Peanut, on the other hand, hasn't paid up. And he lost that bet 3 weeks ago. So quit hiding, Peanut. Pay Lou his money. Is it 12 o'clock yet? What are we waiting on? It's 12 now. It's 11:59. Lou, why are people making so many stupid bets with you? I don't know. I have no idea. K-State 5, Clemson 6, Bama 7. Wow. Tennessee 8. Lou, how much money did you lose betting against South Carolina this year? 100 and... hold on. I lost 200... 300? Under 6.5. 200. Yeah, $300. I lost $300 on South Carolina's win total. Two different bets I had. I lost both of them. Ohio State praying for good weather because the can't play in the Wayne woo. Well, if they're the 4, they're going to have good weather either way. If they're the 4 seed and they're playing Georgia, that'll be the Peach Bowl in Atlanta, which is a dome. If they're the 3 seed, they may still play in the Peach Bowl. I don't know, but probably the Fiesta. No, they'll play in the Fiesta Bowl. If they're the 3 seed, they'll play in the Fiesta Bowl, and it should be the weather should be fine there. Can't wait till Bama gets in and lays the smackdown on y'all's teams. Where you're going to have to wait at least a year. You're going to have to wait at least 1 year, sir. Yeah, I'm watching a selection show. It's coming on right now. It's on right now. Just came on. I got it on right up here. Does Clemson jump Southern Cal? I don't know. I haven't really concerned myself with what's going to happen after 4, 5, and 6. Ohio State and Alabama put up the highest TV ratings. It wouldn't surprise me if Alabama jumps TCU. Do you know who's on the playoff committee? The athletic director of Michigan, the athletic director of NC State, the athletic director of Wyoming. You think these people are going to put Alabama ahead of TCU for TV ratings on ESPN? Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know if you think they'll start at 1 or will they start at 25? What do y'all think? Probably going to start at 25 and make us wait. Jack So, thank you for the super chat filled with emojis. USC fans mad, Bama fans crying. Yep, that's pretty much the case there. That's pretty accurate there. Ohio State is going to upset Georgia somehow, says Sneaky Boy. Lou, how much did you cash in yesterday? I know you cleaned house on UJ versus the Corn Dogs. I won $1,000 on Georgia versus LSU. And depending on where Bama's ranked today, I could win 150 more, or I could lose 150. What are they going to do? Run 25 minutes of commercials? Probably. Stetson, a legitimate Heisman candidate. I don't know. He may get invited to New York. I still think probably not, but I don't think he's going to win. But if they invite 5 people, I think he'll be one of the 5. If they invite 3, I'm not so sure. UJ will destroy Ohio State, says Sweet Melissa. Yeah, Ohio State's not very good. Didn't they get blown out by Michigan recently? Pretty sure they did. What's up, Ohio? Duggan, Heisman material for sure. I tell you what, I know TCU lost, but I'd take Max Duggan on my team any day of the week. That dude is fun to watch. He lays it all on the line on every single play. Who's even winning the Heisman? No one wanted to take it these last few weeks. Yeah, it seemed like a lot of the front runners had bad ends to the season. C.J. Stroud had one of his worst games, the last game he played. Max Duggan, I thought, played pretty good, but TCU lost. Caleb Williams, I thought, played pretty good, too. He had 1 interception. I think he had a fumble, too. But he had 3 or 4 touchdowns, almost 400 yards. I think he probably still wins it. Drake May did not have a good game yesterday or the week before against NC State. Stetson had a good game. Blake Corum, unfortunately, got hurt. Hendon Hooker, unfortunately, got hurt. Hey, what's up, Ladarius? TCU doesn't deserve a seat at the big boy table. Why? Because they went 12-1. Well, you went 10-2 and lost to every good team you played, Bama man. Corum should get it even though it got hurt, in my opinion. It's hard enough for a running back to win it when they play the whole season. Donnie says, Dogs take the natty again. They'll be a significant favorite. Doesn't mean they'll win it, but they'll be a significant favorite. LSU is a QB away from losing the SEC championship to UJ again next year. UJ wants to play your Heisman. Yeah. Julius Johnson says, can't wait to laugh at Bama fans when they don't make it again. Yeah, I don't think Bama's getting in. Peg 101 says Carter had the best sack of the year. Yes, he did. Have y'all seen Jayden Daniels' Wikipedia page? Look at Jayden Daniels' Wikipedia page. Hold on. I'll put it on the screen for you. Jayden Daniels, born December 18th, 2000, is an American football quarterback for the LSU Tigers. Daniels is the son of Jalen Carter. That's last week's rankings on the screen, by the way. I think everybody is aware of that, but they haven't released the new rankings yet. They're going to do it here any minute now. The selection show is on. They're doing their whole talking deal, and then they'll release the new rankings. But so this is last week's rankings up there now, but I think everybody knows that. Look at this. This is just so disrespectful. Look at this. That's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Picking him up with one arm and holding the number one sign up in the air with his other arm. He looked like he won he looked like he won a prize at ring toss at the county fair. Yeah, and that was the teddy bear that he won. Jayden Daniels. Most embarrassing moment of college football ever. The ESPN panel already knows. Listen to them. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got the volume turned down, so I can't hear what they're saying. So y'all are going to have to tell me if they say anything interesting. I've just got it on so I can see what the rankings are. I generally don't care what they say, but if they say anything interesting, you can let me know. About to be some serious wife beating in trailer parks in Bama. Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably right. Tyrone Smith says Tennessee should be 4. What? 5-star dummy. Jeez, nobody thinks that. $550 yards to LSU. You lost to LSU, buddy. What are you talking about? You lost to LSU. We put up a 50 burger on them and beat the shit out of them. That sack will be remembered as the Lion King. Yeah, there's that meme is going around too. The image from the Lion King where he's standing on top of the mountain. That meme's going around too. Thank you, Billy Boy and Jaxo, for the super chats. I appreciate that. That pic looks like Neo taking Lizard Circus to bed. God. Did you see the Tater Man says they should be number 4? What? No. No. Saban looked pathetic yesterday. Yes, he did. He looked like a homeless man standing under a bridge in a bad part of town, shaking a tin can for quarters. That's what he looked like. It was sad to see. It was sad to see a man like that groveling on national television. Well, they must be too long ago, Slim, because I can't see them. The only two I can see are Billy Boy and Jack. So if you send them while your season is over video is playing or something, I can't scroll back that far to see them. Sorry about that if anybody sent one and I missed it from earlier. I can't go back far enough to see them. Please put us in even though we would lose to TCU, Nick Saban. I expect Nick Saban to beat LSU in Tennessee if he wants to get into playoffs. That's what I expect. Not go on TV and beg like a homeless person looking for a quarter so he can go into a low-rent convenience store and buy one cigarette. Would it be a major shock to you if Bama was 4? Yes, it would. You got a lot of people in here, Lou. Good job. Yeah, over 1,000 people in here. Hey, y'all make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up. Playoff selection show is on. They got the talking heads doing their thing now. They'll be releasing the rankings any minute now. I don't. Does anybody remember how they normally do it on the final ranking show? Do they start at 1 or do they start at 25 and go backwards? I really can't remember. I really can't remember how they do it. Why can't Tennessee get in? Is Ohio State that good? Well, you've got 2 blowout losses. Ohio State has 1 blowout loss. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. You have twice as many losses as Ohio State. You're not getting in. Tennessee could stop it with the Tennessee and the Bama. What bowl game you think Tennessee is in, Lou? The Orange Bowl. I think Tennessee will be in the Orange Bowl against Clemson probably. Does Ohio State jump to 3 and TCU to 4? Well, I've already talked about that. I would have Ohio State at 4 and TCU at 3, but I wouldn't be surprised if Ohio State is 3 and TCU is 4. But I do think Ohio State and TCU will be 3 and 4. I'm not convinced on the order, but I've got Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State. I know you can't see the helmets from there, too far away, but that's what I've got. And then everyone over here ain't worth a shit, and their season is over. Max Duggan gets my vote for Heisman solely because his name is awesome. Slim Shady, thank you for the super chat. He says, Nick Saban is on the selection show casting couch between Harvey Weinstein and Kevin Spacey right now trying to get Bam in. God almighty. I believe you. I believe you. You know what else? I don't know. Y'all can tell me if this is worse than what Saban did or not. But I saw a TikTok video yesterday of 2 Alabama players walking in the Alabama locker room, and they were singing some kind of song. I don't know what song it was, begging the playoff committee to put them in. I think it was that, if you're on TikTok, it's that, it would be so awesome. It would be so cool. And then on the screen it said, if you would let us in the playoffs. I'm like, this is sad, man. They got these people out here groveling like dogs to get into the playoff. It's sad. Alabama's like, we only lost 2 games by 4 points. Yeah, TCU only lost 1 game by 3 points. So they're just so dumb, Alabama fans. Yeah, I had a problem with Nick Saban saying that, look, when we lost, Bryce Young was injured. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Because he played. Injured people don't play. Hurt people play. And every team in the country has hurt people playing every single week. Bryce Young played against Tennessee and lost. Bryce Young played against LSU and lost. So, no, this whole, our quarterback was injured in our 2 losses. No, he wasn't. He was hurt. He wasn't injured. He was hurt. And everybody is playing hurt players every single game of the year. So that's just not a valid excuse. What the hell is all that beeping going on? I wish I could figure out what the hell that was. If you have Windows 10 and you're considering changing over to Windows 11, don't do it. I'm thinking about going back to Windows 10. Come on, Tennessee fans. Let's just be happy we're finally playing in a good bowl game. Yeah, the Orange Bowl is a good bowl game for Tennessee. And it's an interesting matchup if they get Clemson. Hell, I'll watch it. Is it the best teams or the most deserving teams? Because even Lou will admit that if his life was on the line and Bama TCU game happened, Lou is picking Bama. Yeah, but I picked Bama against Tennessee and LSU too. So what does that matter? Doesn't matter at all. You picked Bama against Tennessee and LSU too, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Wasn't Bama favored against Tennessee and LSU? Yeah, they were. Clemson only lost when DJ played. I didn't sit here and cry like a bitch in 2018. Georgia was one of the best 4 teams in 2018. I didn't sit here and cry like a bitch. Georgia had 2 losses. I said, well, Georgia should have won the fucking game. Then they'd be in. I didn't sit here and cry. Georgia was way better than Oklahoma and Notre Dame in 2018. Go back and watch the videos on Selection Sunday from 2018. You didn't see me bitching and moaning, standing on a street corner shaking a can like a homeless person begging to get in. You didn't see that. I said Georgia should have won their fucking games. That's what I said. Y'all on here groveling like dogs. You're not getting in. You're not getting in. Bama doesn't have a single good win. Not one. Bama doesn't have one quality win. Not a single quality win. It's sad but true. Lou only cried like a small, tiny puppy did. No, I didn't cry at all. You can go back and watch it. I said Georgia shouldn't be in. They lost 2 games. They shouldn't be in. You can go back and watch. The good news for Bama is that the playoff is expanding to 12 teams in 2 years. So then Bama will be able to get back in. Being Supreme, thank you for the super chat. He says, if Ohio State plays Georgia in the Peach Bowl, I can already hear the Ohio State man excuse. Well, we're not used to playing in an indoor stadium. The Big Ten title game's in an indoor stadium, but to your point, currently they're not used to playing there either because they can't even make it there 2 years in a row. Agent Z, thank you for the super chat. If we get a Clemson versus Tennessee matchup in the Orange Bowl, imagine how fun the call-in show for Rob and Kale would be. I said that the other day. That'll be must-watch YouTube there. For a whole month, too, we'll have leading up to that game. Because we got 28 days until the playoff games. And the Orange Bowl is the day before the playoff game. So I guess we got 26, 27 days to go until the Orange Bowl. So that's a lot of shit-talking time. Whoever's ranked number 4, and I'll admit, I hope it's Ohio State because I feel like I could have more fun making fun of Ohio State for the next 28 days than I could TCU. But if it's TCU, I'll still make fun of them. But I feel like I would have more fun making fun of Ohio State for the next 28 days. So I hope it's Ohio State at 4, not TCU. But we'll see. Find out in a few minutes. They're stringing this thing along, aren't they? They're dragging this thing out as long as they possibly can, ain't they? USC fans salt level nuclear, says Jackso23. Yeah, Utah, man. Same thing they did last year. Utah won the Pac-12 last year by beating Oregon twice, once in the regular season and once in the conference championship game. And now they did it again this year to Southern Cal. They beat Southern Cal in the regular season and turned around and beat them again even worse in the Pac-12 championship game. Did y'all see the post-game press conference? Pac-12 title game. What's the quarterback for Utah? Cameron Rising. They asked him about Caleb Williams' fingernails. Did y'all see that? Have y'all seen that? I didn't know this about Caleb Williams. He paints his fingernails. Look, hey, I'm just the messenger. I'm just the messenger. Caleb Williams paints his fingernails. Hey, ooh, I'm just the messenger. Caleb Williams paints his fingernails, okay? For the Utah game, he painted fuck Utah, Fuckutaw, on his fingernails. And they asked Cameron Rising in the post-game press conference, they said, did you see, or what did you think about, they said, Caleb Williams paints his nails. What did you think about what he had painted on his nails today? And Cameron Rising said, well, I didn't notice any, what he had painted on his nails today. What do you mean? And the reporter goes, well, he had expletive Utah. And Cameron Rising's like, huh? What do you mean? And the reporter goes, well, I don't want to say it, but he had expletive Utah painted on his fingernails. Cam Rising goes, at the press conference, Cam Rising goes, fuck Utah? He goes, fuck Utah? What the fuck? It was hilarious. Here we go with the rankings. Georgia won, 13-0. Cry about it. Yep, Georgia number 1, 13-0. No surprise there. Michigan will be number 2. That's also no surprise. My pick for 3 and 4 would be TCU 3, Ohio State 4. I could also see them maybe putting Ohio State 3 and TCU 4, but I do think it'll be Ohio State and TCU. Get ready for the Gump Tears. Here they come. The Gump Tears are incoming. Georgia 1, 13-0. Michigan 2, 13-0. Come on. I don't want to look in the comment section because I know I'm on a delay here. Y'all probably already know. Oh, come on. This is worse than reviewing a play during a game. This takes longer than instant replays during a game. What are they doing? Who's 3? TCU is 3. Georgia versus Ohio State. Let's go. Ohio State will be 4. This is going to be great. This is going to be one of the best 4 weeks in the history of YouTube or LouTube. This is going to be one of the best 4. What is? Oh, come on with this. Now they got to show us TCU's reaction. In like Flynn. TCU versus Michigan. TCU versus Michigan in the Fiesta Bowl. Georgia versus who in the Peach Bowl? It's going to be Ohio State. Gump Tears incoming. Gump Tears incoming. Look at TCU all happy. Finally got invited to prom. Look at them. Finally got invited to prom. Look at them. Georgia 1, 13-0 SEC champs. Michigan 2, 13-0 Big Ten champs. TCU 3, 12-1. Runner-up in the Big 12. Lost to Kansas State yesterday by 3 in overtime. TCU went for it. What did y'all think about TCU when they went for it? They got the ball first in overtime, and they 4th and 1 or whatever it was. They went for it and didn't get it. So no points in overtime. All Kansas State had to do was come out and kick a field goal, and it was game over. So TCU 12-1, Big 12 runner-up. Going to take on Michigan, 13-0 Big Ten champs in the Fiesta Bowl. That'll be the 4 o'clock game. That'll come on at 4 p.m. on New Year's Eve, Eastern Time. 4 p.m. Eastern Time on New Year's Eve. The Peach Bowl will come on at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Georgia and whoever the 4 team is, which will be Ohio State. This is going to be such a great month on LouTube. Such a great month on 28 days I get to irritate Ohio State fans. There it is, Ohio State at 4. Gump Tears. Thank you for your donation to the channel. Where are you? Bama Mike. You owe Uncle Lou $50. Cody, Dakota, you already sent your $100. Thank you for your donation, Cody. Cody and Bama Mike bet me money that Bama would be 4. Sorry for your troubles, Bama man. Bama fan mad as fuck. Cody says, congratulations, Lou. I'm confirmed a 5-star dummy. Go Dogs, #1. Guess what? Bama 5. Who's going to be 6? Maybe Kansas State? Could Kansas State jump Tennessee? Maybe. Hell, they might jump Bama. Might have Kansas State at 5. They might have Kansas State at 5. Will Nance says, roll tears, roll. Thank you, Will, for the super chat. Dwight G, thank you for the super chat. He says, can't wait to watch all the trash talk videos. Yeah, I'm going to have a good time over the next month with Ohio State fans. Now, 28 days is a long time. I'll make some serious videos, too. I mean, I do think Ohio State's a good team. I mean, C.J. Stroud is good. They've got a bunch of NFL wide receivers. Their defense is non-existent. The defense is a problem. But they do have a good offense. Bama at 5, Tennessee at 6. So there's your top 6 there. Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, Ohio State 4, Bama 5, Tennessee 6. So for the first time, we have two Big Ten teams in the playoffs. We've had two SEC teams make the playoffs a couple of times. Bama and Georgia have made it in the same year twice. This is the first time we've had two Big Ten teams. Shout out to the Big Ten. Andrew Kearney, thank you for the super chat. He says, pro tip for Bama fans, win your games so you don't have to cry and beg for the committee to feel bad for you and put you in the playoff. That's a fact. That's a fact. Is Clemson back with Cade? No. They're going to need more than that. They're losing almost their entire defense. They've got no wide receivers that anyone is worried about. Will Shipley is good, but Clemson is not back to like where they were from 2015 to 2020. They're not back there. Georgia better pray they draw TCU, says Vandy Dandy. How many teams do they rank? 25? So we won't see Vandy then. They'd have to rank at least 125 teams for us to see Vandy. Billy Boy, thank you for the super chat. He says, what's that UGA versus Ohio State record again? Yeah, UGA's undefeated all time against Ohio State. UGA's undefeated all time against Ohio State. Nick Koenig, thank you for the super chat. Bama fans still think they're getting in. Yeah. Bama fans are sitting around with a calculator and a notepad going, well, you know, if... A lot of y'all in the comment section just toted a giant L, too, with y'all's Bama talk over the last couple of weeks. Crimson Kings, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm not mad. I expected this. Ohio State fans and TCU and Booty Cheeks will get clapped in the semifinals, so get the preparation H ready. So Crimson Kings is predicting a Georgia-Michigan national title game. Jarvis is mad because he's been wrong for the last 2 weeks. Now he's having to eat his crow. Vandy Danny says, Ohio State fans do make their point to not live in the state of Ohio. Yeah, I don't think that sentence makes any sense. I'm sure you tried real hard when you typed it, but Ohio State fans do make their point to not live in the state of Ohio. 5-star dummy. Nikki G goes, see, now here's how Bama can still get in. All Bama has to do is move their facilities to Corpus Christi, Texas. Put on TCU uniforms. See, the committee is biased towards Alabama. So they put TCU in so that everyone wouldn't freak out about Bama getting in at 10-2 and not having any good wins. But they've already called Bama. They're moving Bama's entire facility to Corpus Christi. Bama, listen to me now. Bama is going to wear TCU uniforms in the Fiesta Bowl. TCU is going to play in the Sugar Bowl in a rematch against Kansas State wearing Bama uniforms. It could happen. It could happen, guys. Guys, it could happen. The committee loves Bama. It could happen. The committee is biased towards Bama. The athletic director of Michigan is really just a shill for Alabama. It could happen. This is how dumb y'all sound. Billy Boy says, Bama fan, quote, well, could get a plane crash, could get us back in. I saw a movie called We Are Marshall. God damn. Super Denny Gumper, thank you for the super chat. He says, congrats to all the teams who made it. My SEC pride is now taken over, and I will be cheering for the dogs from here on out. There you go. Cheer for the good guys. Jason Bryce, thank you for the super chat. I like the Orange Bowl against Clemson as a Vol fan. I want to see how we match up. We're not a Final Four team. Defense too weak, and our best player is out. Yeah, those are facts. Those are facts. Nikki C says, Lou, you said in the offseason that Ohio State versus Georgia will be an exciting matchup. How excited are you to see it happen? The better matchup is going to be Uncle Lou versus Ohio State fans for the next 28 days. That'll be a better matchup than the game will. The game probably won't be close. Georgia will blow them out. But Uncle Lou educating the Ohio State fans for the next 28 days is going to be gold. That'll be good. Kirby's Visor says, when Georgia beats Ohio State and Michigan, doesn't that mean the Dogs win the Big Ten and the Natty? Good point. You make an interesting point. Well, let's update the rankings. Let's go ahead and do that. ECU. Yep. Get rid of Southern Cal. Let's put OSU in there. Let's put Bama at 5. Let's put Ohio State at 6. No, Tennessee at 6. Did they say who 7 was and I missed it? Y'all help me out. I wasn't paying attention. Have they still just done 1 through 6, or have they put 7 through 10 up there yet? Help me finish out this top 10. Tiger in a Burrow, thank you for the super chat. He says Saban is staring at his chart right now, trying to figure this out. Yeah. Still on 1 through 6. Okay. I guess it'll be Penn State probably at 7. You think Utah will be 7? Could be. Maybe Kansas State. Yeah, there'll be a hype and hate video for Ohio State. Vandy Danny says, have you ever met a Ohio State fan that lived in Ohio? Nope. They all have to move south to survive. No, plenty of them still live in Ohio. All the ones that are, well, I'm not gonna even say that. 7 through 25 at 2:30? What? You got to be kidding. No, I'm not going to the Peach Bowl. I'm going to stream the game right here. TCU makes the playoffs before the Shorthorns. Sad and embarrassing. You know, that is kind of sad. Are we still projected to play Kansas State? Yeah, you'll play Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. The Great Pellet says, Uncle Lou can't wait to beat you. I hope you have a lot of patience. A lot of patience. Jonathan Hurst's top 25 was just released. 3 of the top 6 is SEC. Amazing, says Julie. See? Yep. Thank you, Julie, for the super chat. Carolina Jeff Bradshaw, thank you for the super chat. Who's crying more, Bama fans for not getting in or Tennessee fans being behind Bama in the rankings when they own the head-to-head? Probably Bama fans right now crying a little more. New Year's 6 bowls were built at 2:30. Okay. I really don't care if the Bucks lose. The Dogs are great. I think we can all be happy. Saban is going to cry himself into a grave. God dang. Luke, can you take the Arkansas helmet and throw it in your toilet? Thanks. Hogs Barbecue. It's an Arkansas fan wants me to throw the Arkansas helmet in the toilet, man. Jeez. Is it that bad, bro? It was really, look, it was one bad year. Maybe I'll rebound next year. It was a bad year for Arkansas. Expectations were pretty high in Fayetteville this year. And now, it's not like Arkansas was terrible like they were 3, 4, 5 years ago, but they didn't live up to expectations. That's for sure. That's for sure. The highlight of Arkansas year was probably their win in week 2 against South Carolina. That's probably their highlight of their season. Caleb, thank you for the super chat. He says, bring on the suck eyes, #repeat season. Y'all keep sitting and making fun of Ohio State and get UGA to do it too. Jarvis is still mad at the playoff committee because Alabama lost to LSU and Tennessee and doesn't have any good wins. He's blaming the playoff committee. Where does South Carolina land? 15-ish. 15 to 20-ish. I mean, they didn't play this weekend, so they're not going to move up that far. Cash App, $ Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right. Let's see. I could buy 10 houses in Dayton, Ohio, says Vandy Dandy. It's going to be a good game with Ohio State and Georgia. Hope we got Henderson and Williams back. If not, it's going to be a rough night in Atlanta. Am I the only Georgia fan that wanted to play TCU? I don't know. I'm sure there's others. I wanted to play Ohio State. Kirby talking up Ohio State. Well, he always does that. You listen to Kirby Smart talk about Vandy, you'd think they were, you'd think they'd won the last 5 natties in a row. Jared Martin says, give me a go dogs. I can handle that, buddy. There you go. Why do Bama fans cry so much? Because football is all they have. God gave Alabama the gift of football because he didn't give them anything else. Who's your top 4 based solely on talent and winnability? I don't really know what that means. My top 4 was the same as the committees. I'm just right back there. Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Ohio State. USC had one given by the top 3 teams. Do not lose to Utah. USC had one given by the top 3 teams. Do not lose to Utah. Thank you for the super chat, but I don't really know what you're at. I don't know. I don't even know if you're asking me something or telling me something, actually. Congrats, Lou. Go bring another natty to the SEC, and I'm not mad. Bama is 5, and my Vols are at 6. That way we can catch those Bama tears. There's plenty of them to go around right now. There's plenty of them to go around. Thank you, Mark. Jack, so just leave that comment in the regular comment section, and I'll read it. Don't do another super chat. TCU brings down the value of the playoffs, says Jarvis. Losing brings down the value of Alabama, though. And you did it twice. Lost to LSU. Jesus Christ. Lou, how much domestic violence calls will Tuscaloosa PD receive tonight? A lot. Jaxo says USC had one job given by the top 3 teams of the college football playoff. Do not lose to Utah. Yeah, if they'd have won, they'd be in. And Ohio State would be 5. Yeah, Utah blew it. For sure. Thank you, Jaxo. Dexon, thank you for the super chat. What's up, Lou? Take care of our little sister for us, please. Thanks. We'll see you in the natty. Go Blue. He's a Michigan fan. Yeah. You softened them up, we'll finish them off. How about that? You softened them up, we'll finish them off. Let me see. Kirby Smart and his staff with 28 days to prepare, or Ryan Day and his staff with 28 days to prepare. Boy, this might be the mismatch of the century. This might be the mismatch of the century here. Oh, God. Wish I didn't love the Tennessee so much because I'd hit the transfer portal because of our fan base. That's Joe. That's crying. Lizard Circus, thank you, buddy. He says, wow, Jarvis might get the honor of becoming the first 10-star dummy. Georgia's going to beat Ohio State worse than Lou does. It's possible. UGA rocks facts, but you can't lose to LSU and still ask for a playoff bid. Georgia's offense is Michigan on steroids, yeah. Every year we hear Saban is going to retire and the Bama dynasty is dead. When are you motherfuckers going to learn? We're going to learn when you stop winning national titles and stop making the playoffs, which sounds a lot like the last 2 years to me. Wish Squidbillies was still on. They love the Bulldogs or Silver Britches. Alabama fans watching Jerry Springer reruns. The price of Kleenex stock is going to go through the roof on January 1st. Yeah, buy your Kleenex stock now. Ohio State has tampon dispensaries in the men's locker room. Oh, this isn't a call-in show. I know it says that up there, but this isn't a call-in show. Even though I feel the Bucks won't win, I'm down to make a bet. Time to go watch Bama YouTubers with some snacks. Yeah, speaking of snacks, I got to eat some lunch here in a little bit. How many points will Georgia be favored by over Ohio State? I would guess somewhere around a touchdown. 7 to 10 points would be my guess. Welcome to Ohio, home of the hairless nut. Yeah, a Buckeye. A nut so disgusting, raccoons won't even eat it. Nick Koenig, thank you for the super chat. 5-star dummy for the Gump Man. All right. Shout out to the Gump Man. 5-star dummy. Bama Mike, thank you, sir. Bama Mike paid up on his bet. I knew he would. Bama Mike's a good guy. He's been around a long, long time. Me and Bama Mike are degenerate gambling buddies. Good luck in the Sugar Bowl against K-State. Bama Mike. Jay Shipe says, sad day for Peanut. Bama not getting in, and he's out a whole month's pay. I don't know about a month's pay, but he owes me $100. If y'all see that Alabama fan, Peanut, running around anywhere, tell him to pay me my money. He was in here earlier, but as soon as I talked about him, he disappeared. Thank you, Jay, for the super chat. And then he says, I figured it. It's the Bama fans who take time to leave comments after the porno. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? The beginning of the decade of the dogs. Oh, that wouldn't hurt my feelings. Volusia Orange, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. He says, no one cares about Alabama would beat X playoff burst or one on the field, not given by bookmakers. Don't lose, you'd make it in. Otherwise, STFU. Yeah, Taterman giving the Alabama man some sound advice there. Maybe just be quiet for a while. Sugar Bowl, we on the way. Whoa, damn, Tide. Bama versus probably Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. I'll watch that game. I'll watch that. Lou, fix 4 through 6 on your rankings. Oh, shoot. I fixed it, and then I didn't save it. Sorry. I fixed it and then didn't save it. There we go. I'll move this down now. It's a great day to be a Georgia Bulldog, Lou. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. NASCAR ratings are about to skyrocket. That's a fact. Is this live stream to your season over, or you do a separate video? Yeah, it was at the very beginning. It was at the very beginning. It's no commentary. I didn't have time. It's no commentary. It's just an intro. But it's at the very beginning of this video if you want to go back and watch it. Well, actually, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll replay it right now, and then I'm going to get out of here. I streamed for 12 hours yesterday. I'm going to take a break today. So I'm going to replay the Your Season is Over intro from the very beginning of the video, and then I'm going to call it quits. So appreciate y'all hanging out. Congratulations to Georgia, Michigan, TCU, and Ohio State, and I'll see y'all again real soon. Yep. Yeah, that's right, Bama, man. It takes more than 2 natties to be a dynasty. You're right. It takes 3 and 5 years to be a dynasty. Guess what that means? Guess what that means? There is currently no Bama dynasty. There used to be, but not now. Bama doesn't have 3 natties in the last 5 years. Not currently a dynasty.
Standing above the crowd, he had a voice that was strong and loud, and I swallowed his facade 'cause I'm so eager to identify with someone above the ground, someone who seems to feel the same, someone prepared to lead the way, and someone who would die for me. Will you now? Would you die for me? Don't you fucking lie. Don't you step out of line. Don't you step out of line. Don't you step out of line. Don't you fucking lie.
Dynasties are rare for a reason, Volusia. It hasn't happened often. Dynasties don't happen often. That's why they're such a big deal.
Would die for me. Why then are you so surprised when you hear your own eulogy?
You can only ever think of 2 or 3 times because there's only ever been 2 or 3 dynasties in college football. That's it. The standard has been set by Bama. What standard? You've won 2 titles in the last 6 seasons. Georgia's about to win 2 in the last 2 seasons. Get in line, sir. Behind Georgia. All the crybaby Bama fans that are in here, y'all might as well go somewhere else. Ain't nobody in here patting you on your fucking head. Enjoy the Sugar Bowl.